Welcome to Leah Home of Light. Tonight we are covering the last bit of 2 Peter chapter 2. Okay? We're covering 15 through the last verse. Tonight we're talking about spiritual bondage. And I think that that's appropriate with what's going on with the world right now and the culture that it's in. Beginning of verse 15. Which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bozrah, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. Verse 16. But was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumbass speaking with man's voice forbid the madness of the prophet. Now, we're talking about spiritual bondage. And that is really for people who wander away, who backslide from the truth. Okay? And yes, you can backslide. You can backslide. The Apostle Paul has talking about falling from grace. The 20th section of Doctrine and Covenants talks about how it is possible to fall from grace and to depart from the truth. Now, to be honest with you, 2 Peter chapter 2 is really more like milk to me. Because what it's warning against, and I've seen this in my personal life and in the life of people around me, it warns against apostasy. Departing from the Lord's way. There was a time from 2008 to 2013. I went to church and I loved the Lord. But I was hurting and I was looking for answers in all the wrong places. Particularly a branch of Eastern mysticism. But what I found was it was more involved in self-actualization and self-worship. And by 2012, I knew, and 2013, I knew that a good Christian could not be involved in something like that. And so, in February of 2013, a friend, Jim Bob, gave me an ultimatum. Leave your church and join our tribe, or say goodbye. And I said, I'm not joining leagues with you guys. I thought we had an agreement on this, that our friendship would remain intact. He said, I'm sorry. Go, just make sure you get your stuff and get it out of here. We're done. Don't talk to me anymore. Now, that was the last friend I lost outside the church from the old days. And it crushed me. I have to say that I lived through the consequences of that for 6.5 months. And finally realizing that it can be easy to backslide into apostasy. I discovered that the best way to deal with that is to get back close to the Lord. So I started reading again the Book of Mormon with real intent. I started listening to the words of the prophets, developing a closeness with the Lord that that I hadn't in years. Another time I came close to apostatizing. It was in October 2015. I met over the phone this girl named, we'll call her Athalia. She was introduced to me by my brother. And, we've seen each other maybe 2 or 3 times. And, and I was intent in some ways on marrying her. But she wanted me to abandon some of the principles I stood for. Namely, the church and about the church, the priesthood. And I refused to do that. So, as a result, our relationship ended on February the 8th of 2016. And I learned. Stay true to your covenants. Because spiritual bondage is a price to pay. And yes, you can backslide. You can backslide. Listen to me. That's why it's important to get right with God. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to Leahona Light. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Leahona Light family. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, remember who you are. Read your scriptures and preach the gospel. God bless you. See you Sunday night.